Hello everyone, and welcome back to the fangs and claws of the Calpac Pack, our creatures of strength in this, the Extreme Niche Challenge, where we began oh so long ago, actually only about 3 generations ago, on this hard killer island, and we have been completely conquering it since then. Here, with only 2 humble nichelings to have started us off, we now have a flourishing pack that is well underway for conquering this island and becoming the sleek elite fighters that I have always dreamed them to be. So we are continuing on with the Calpacs. You guys know the rules by now. Blind genes. We have to get rid of every single blade of grass other than the regrowable grass for you practical jokesters out there. And we are going to be clearing it to show our conquest of this island and then moving on to a new hard island. Exactly which island that will be is probably a mystery, but not if you've been paying attention. You know I have a personal grudge against the jungle island and I will destroy it and the apes within. So we're working on conquering this island so we can leave to go to the jungle island and conquer it. We have got a wide variety of different nichelings with alpha status getting ready to have babies. We have a huge swath of travelers and we have a large amount, a pretty heady amount of small stories unraveling before us. If you missed the last episode, I highly recommend going back and watching it because holy canoodles, there was quite a bit of twists and turns, including the return of the friendly Barina. We now have a young uncle. So we now have a young Uncle Friendly Barina. We have brought him over to our side as our friends. I'm beginning to wonder if you befriend a Barina, if it actually helps to protect you from some of the others and not just because he fights. We're gonna have to find out, but we have befriended him, and so we have Rotata and Lutri over here, his mother, not the Barina's mother, but Rotata's mother. Also, Rotata, I forgot to rename you. I'm sorry, little guy. We'll give you a better name next time. But, and I can't name them during the episode because that would reveal the family tree's genes, and I never look at the genes, and you guys aren't allowed to look at the genes either because this is a blind genes challenge too. It makes it really fun. Also, just in case you forgot, we also cannot put anything related to collecting food that's not meat in the mutation menu. If we collect, like if we keep those cracker jaws and they just stick around for a long time, then fine, they can eat as many berries and clam, or as many of the nuts and clams as they want, but I cannot put in like Nimblefinger into the mutation menu, and I can't put runner's leg into the mutation menu because it allows for collecting. Allowing for fishing incidentally through having claw is fine, but not things like fishing tail, which contributes to just fishing. So we're supposed to be strict carnivores by the time this challenge has run its course. I'm hoping we can get there, and I'm hoping that we can handle the challenge of getting there too. We definitely need to stay somewhere where there's a lot of meat to eat. Speaking of meat to eat, a second ago, there was a gigantic pile of meat down here that was actually the first Uncle Barina, a friendly Barina who provided the genes for a lot of our family tree. He's unfortunately passed away, and Remy came over and ate the remains. But Remy is another interesting story. She is actually a wandering nicheling, and we have until now pretty much ignored her existence. But I do think that Talark, on a lark, is actually going to be taken with her. And he is going to accept her into the pack, and we are going to take her as his mate. Why on earth would I do that with a creature that doesn't look like she has a scrap of fighting in her beyond her ram horns? Because we did just have the birth of a sickly child, and I'm not sure if the vultures lurking overhead will allow poor little Denise to grow up, but I'm hoping they will. We are actually extremely closely related in this tribe, and that's not a good thing. And that is a good thing for Remy, because even though she doesn't look like a fighter, doesn't look like she could really tackle a killer Barina, we're gonna invite her in on a lark with Talark because we're a little desperate to make sure that we have plenty of immunity genes. I'm sure we can groom out that jaw and those ears and her dainty velvet paw for something a little fiercer through the generations. But what matters are the immunity genes she carries. So we're going to have Talark start following her around on a lark and try to start a romance. And it's not her fault she looks like she does. So I'm not making fun of her appearance, just making fun of the fact she's clearly not a fighter. And this is a fighting tribe made up of honor. And speaking of honor, I'm so sad because Tarkil died. Those are his bones. He left Genesis and 2 of his daughters and his son, Tarkil the second, basically, in charge of this section of the tribe, and I miss him so much. I don't believe how attached I actually got to Tarkil, and he's gone, and he has left Tarkil the second, but it's not the same, and he left Kisley in charge. So Kisley is a female, and her sister Kois have both become mates of Genesis, who does have Barina genes in his blood, so I'm hoping that means a wider variety of immunity genes. They're a little bit less related than Kisley and Koi's brothers are to them. So hopefully we'll have some luck there, and I really want Tarkil to have a great mate. I'm really hoping, like, if Denise like lives, she can be Tarkil's mate, because we're not going to reject our sickly nichelings. They're just kind of gonna have to be left to the blue vultures to see if we manage to let them grow up first, though. But all right, so there's tons of stories going on. We have a whole bunch of little wanderers. You guys know them. Kiro, who managed to get bleached again. I feel like his sister Robin would sigh and start working her way over to help him. We've also got Dan, who wants to do a lot of exploring. Koi actually wants to do a ton of exploring, but she was willing to at least like have a child before skittering away again. And then we had a killer Barina lurking over here. Oh, there he is. Look, there he is, right on the rump side. All right. That Halo is kind of keeping an eye on for Roro and Janai. And because Janai and Roro just had a sickly child, I'm actually going to try to wiggle Halo over there and have him breed with Janai. She is exceptionally powerful because she has 2 Barina claws. We want to keep that going in the family tree. And then down here we have got Silk, and Silk is this lovely female who also has double Barina claws, and she has taken Kanar as her mate. So hopefully they will have a beautiful family. They will have a palace of children right over here. It just looks like a perfect spot. This is a love story for some reason. It just has begun to go down that route, and I just am so tickled with these 2. They're my little romantic couple out of the whole tribe. Speaking of romance, Until is dying. She is bleached, she's bleeding out, and she's pregnant from a rogue. We're actually celebrating that for once, because maybe poor Until, who has been lost on this side of the island, pecking away as best she can her entire life, this is what she managed to uncover. Poor thing. It's a lot harder to uncover the whole island than you would think, believe it or not. It actually is a challenge in itself. But Until is dying, and hopefully her child will not be snatched by the vultures overhead, and will have a chance to grow up and join the family tree. But only time will tell. Onwards, my friends. Lots of babies! Oh, that's Death. Oh, that's Death. It's literally a killer Barina with bright red death eyes. Why? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, child. That was a bad move. Forgive me, Van Rolkier. I brought you into this world just to immediately escort you right back out. I am so sorry. Forgive me. All right, well, that happened there. We had a couple sneezes. Who has the illness? It's this little one. Denise is still sick. She's still alive. I can't believe it. And her father can actually watch over her. We just have to have him move away from her before the end of the turn. So huzzah on that. I think Halo is going to come over, and he is going to console Janai, who is so sad that her child was sick. And she is actually going to go ahead and try having a child with a new mate. Halo is now distracted by bunnies. So he's going to go try to get some food, as a good nicheling is wont to do. So we knew that this little one was sick, Denise, but who else is sick? Oh no! Not my child of Silk! Why? And oh my goodness, they had large ears in the family tree that they were going to pass on. Did I remember? Oh, I forgot to put in anything in their... I forgot to put anything inside of their mutation menu. Curses. All right, let's see. Did he have a Barina claw? I do believe this little guy does have a Barina claw. I'm so sad that he's sick. Curses. All right, hang on, guys. I want to pass on Barina claws. I want to try to pass on ram horns. Let's get those ram horns in the family tree. And unfortunately, this little one is sickly. He has huge ears, all the better to hear with. Anything else I can tell about him? Not from this angle, other than he's beautiful. He's beautiful and he's sickly. We don't reject our sickly nichelings, mind you. Just it is such a pity when they are sickly. We'll try to get stripes in on him then. Phooey. All right, well, hopefully the accursed vultures overhead will continue to spare our children. We'll have to see. All right, and before we lose her, let's go ahead and we are going to invite Remy into the tribe on a lark. Not really my first choice, but when is it ever, really? We're going to come over here and we're going to have to go ahead, and Silk is painfully going to have to move herself away from her son before the end of the turn. So, the end of the day, excuse me. So we'll let her stay. She can't get sick unless we leave her there over the trait, like the day of the turn. We're at max on all of our nichelings, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Remy pregnant. And then I think that she's just kind of gonna wander. What can she even do? She might kind of wander over here, Remy, I suppose. We can try to get Claw in on your side of the family. And maybe Claw and Big Nose. Let's go with that. Let's try to pass on Claw and Big Nose from her side of the family. And Barina Claw, and Stripes isn't really that important. And normal eyesight, maybe? What's your eyesight like, Remy? Looks like it's fine. What can Talark pass on to his children with Remy? I guess Barina Claw, please. or Barina Claw, really. Because what happens if I do double Barina Claw? We're gonna see. We're gonna find out. Maybe we'll just get lucky and at least get one Barina Claw. Okay, so Remy, I'm gonna have her go ahead, and we're getting really high up there on how much nichelings we have. I need more food if we're gonna take care of this many nichelings, that's for sure. Let's get this bunny. We definitely need to start doing some active hunting, that's for sure. Maybe some active berry eating, who knows. Let's see. And Kiro, you are such a goose. I can't believe, look at that, you found a rock, good job, that he's been bleached so many times. All right, Robin, oh, and Robin has been bleached. I don't think she likes leeches. All right, so we're gonna have her brother Dan help her get rid of that, and they're gonna do some scouting on the edges there. And then little Tarkil, I believe, is realizing his family needs more food, so he's going to try to help him out. Denise, hang in there. I think you might make it. I think you might make it. All right, we had Takir, double Barina with ram horns. Huzzah! Look at that, guys. We have got 8 strength there. That is nice. And over here we've got 6 with Nunu. So he has been born from Koi's line. Her sister's a little stronger. I think that Koi's like, good, I did my duty. So I think Koi's actually going to head out, and she's going to start doing some massive exploring. Whoops, left a baby unattended. Oh no, I don't have enough adults. No, I don't have enough adults. Quick, Roro, what do I do? I don't have enough adults. I misjudged where the placement of those nests was. I thought it was closer than it actually is. Baby, what do I do? I'm so nervous. No, oh no. You're not a very attentive mother, Koi. I think we have totally messed that one up. Oh dear. All right, coming on down here, Rotata is going to go ahead. We already made friends. I think he likes his new, like, uncle, in quotation marks, Barina. And Lotri, oh, there's a bunny. Lotri is going to do some exploring on that end of things. And now we need to get the parents away from their sickly nicheling babies, which is so sad. So Silk has stepped away from her child, and even though it's exceptionally hard for him to do, Roro is going to step away from his child. And Remy is going to wait on having any children. Just sit there, Remy. And... Yeep! What are the results? Somebody died and I didn't even realize. Halo! I didn't know you were that old. I didn't have time to get him to the peak of ancestors. I feel so bad. All right, so he never made it to the peak of ancestors, but he left behind a healthy son. Oh boy, there's a twist, all right. So, unfortunately, Janai and Roro's love story fell flat on its face, but we were able to have a healthy baby regardless. I think Janai's heart is somewhat, she needs to pass on those powerful genes, but her heart is somewhat left in the arms of Halo, and he has passed on. And Roro also loved Halo because Halo was like the uncle that raised him. So I don't think Roro can really... Oh dear. Okay, I think our babies are still safe. That was a bunny. I don't think he can really be upset that like Janai, the crush that he had, the young love that he had, was stolen away by his uncle, because Roro also loved his uncle. It's understood. That's just the way things are sometimes. Friendly Barina? Not friendly Barina. I got this. No problem. We got that. No issue. Lothri had that in the bag with her son, Rotata. That's a ton of awesome food. Don't mind if I do. We've even got some rabbit over here, which I think is going to allow Rimi to actually have her child. She really is just kind of like going with the flow. She's like, well, okay then. And just making all that happen. Our child was taken from us. Oh, that's so sad. My big-eared, beautiful boy. No. Oh, I think Kanar and Silk would be devastated. Oh, we did lose the baby. Why? Silk, let's try again. Maybe this love story will be broken apart by sickly children. That would be devastatingly sad. It might make me have to scooch Kiro over there, even though he's like dying of leeches. He's like parasite infected, just like wild animals get to be. He's infected by parasites, and that's how he's dying. Roro, I have met many a like feral cat that I've had to help take care of that was in the same situation. Crawling with fleas. Don't worry, we'll give you a flea bath, or in the case of your tribe member, or excuse me, cough cough, pack members, a good licking, and that'll cure everything. All right, let's see what's going on down here. Oh gracious, my tea was a little too hot for me. 1 second, my friends. Ooh, I'm glad I had some water. That was really hot tea. Be careful with hot tea. Be glad that you nichelings don't have to worry about things like hot tea. Holy cannoli, Nunu's still alive! I think he ran into the embrace of Keesley's watchful eye, literally right in time. Alright, and Robin, we're gonna go and we are gonna snag that bunny. And Dan, your brother, is going to go with you, and you guys are going to do some exploring over there. I think Koi is like really happy. She's like really, really content to do some exploring. And Tarkil, if Denisi grows up to be old enough, I feel like he and Denisi could actually start a family together, and we'll try those genes. They've got some of the traits I really like, the beautiful white coloring that I'm just really partial to for this particular tribe, so I think that could work. All right, wonderful. Let's go ahead and scoot Takir over. We're gonna have Kisley gather up a couple of these big nuts, and I think that Genesis is going to pop over and visit with his mate. And then she'll jump into the nest. So that'll give us a little bit over the top on babies again, but we're really top heavy on boys versus girls. And Genesis and Kisley, I feel like, are one of the only two groups now that really are more focused on trying to have babies and like keep the lineage alive. So I think it makes sense that Kisley would want to have more kids. All right, did we already put all the traits in that I can on everybody having babies? I'm pretty sure. Pretty darn sure. We lost that little one. I am so sorry. That was devastatingly sad. He was born into this life just to leave this life. It was very sad. All right, let's see what's going on. Babies! Oh dear. Oh no. Okay, good. And that is such a relief. We only have one sickly nicheling, and somehow Denisi is still alive. I did not see that coming. Wow! And we have a beautiful girl named Isko, and she is super strong. All right, I'm very happy with this. So there's baby number 1, Isko. Baby number 2 is a healthy baby with big ears named Van Cuckoo. He will definitely be getting a new name in between our adventures for sure. But I'm so happy. I know it's ridiculous, but I'm just like ridiculously happy that Silk and Kanar had a healthy child. That doesn't make any sense. There's so many nichelings out there. Why I'm so attached to these particular two, I don't know, but I'm just so happy they had a healthy son. And then finally, we have dun 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 another healthy baby born, and it's another boy. Was this one a girl? Thank goodness. But it is another boy, and he is possibly one of the most important additions to the family tree, if one of the most expected, because Talark invited in Remy on that lark. But he is very important to add in because he may, hiding somewhere inside of those genes of his, have some very important immunity genes. So we may actually save Vancouver as a mate for Isco. We'll have to see. And I think that Remy is actually a pretty good mom. Good job, Remy. All right, protect the baby. I'm going to go hunting. There we go. Lots of food over here. We'll get that. All right, and let's continue to do a wee bit of hunting on this side. We're also going to keep track of the friendly Barina wherever it happened to have wandered off to, and kind of keep tabs on it, because keeping an eye on friendly Barinas is a very important way that we could start weaving some important genetics back into our family tree. I think for now, Janai's heart is really kind of still with her now lost mate, but she will raise her son, Nukuduk even, who should actually take on, like, let's see, Halo. Maybe we'll name him after his dad. Definitely need to name a few nishlings after their parents for sure. I think that Roro is a little bit sad because he lost his uncle and his mate both at the same time. But I don't think he'd dwell on it. So we're just gonna send him to the other side of the island. Oh geez, that was just a bunny, thank goodness. I was like, no, not Halo's son, but he's still there. And Denise, I think, is about to meet, as they share a little bit of rabbit meat and stay a safe distance apart, because Denise knows that she is unfortunately caught in an illness. We don't know where the illness came from, but I think she and Tarkil, they have had their eyes meet. Where that will go from there, only time will tell. Holy canoodles, we have a lot of nichelings. There's a whole bunch of them, and I'm still like, okay, let's explore this spot. Let's explore this spot. All right, conquering this spot. Oh my gosh, there's so many nichelings. Oh my goodness. All right, come on, Robin. And we're beginning to start clawing our way to the other side of the island. Look at this. Puh, killer island, my foot. We've got this. I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. Nunu is gonna go, and he survived the neglectful beginnings that his mother gave him, and he can now go forth and do a whole bunch of exploring. And we have the beautiful new Isco. I think we're going to just constantly keep this little line going here, and Genesis can actually just help focus on making sure, even if it's not glorious, we can eat a few nuts, because we've got a lot of nichelings in this line. Over here, Kiro is now doom ba-doom, clearing away the last of the grass from this little corner of the island. The edges of the island are beginning to be explored. I am so proud of this little group. They are actually doing fantastic. And Takir is quite strong. Could he and Denise actually possibly be good mates? Ooh, that is a question. Actually, I feel like he and Janai might be good mates. So let's go ahead, and we're going to actually have Takir wiggle his way over. And he's going to start here, jump across the river, and meet Janai. And with his strong Barina arms and hers, possibly bear some really powerful children. So we will have to see where that goes. But alright, I think that's everybody, other than Remy, who's just kind of special and keeping an eye on everything. And I will see you guys next time, when we shall have some of the babies renamed, and we will continue our conquest of the island and probably try to hold off on having more babies, because we are definitely maxed out for keeping all of the stories in our arms. So until next time, guys, bye bye.